No, let's do it again. No. Sorry. 3, 2, 1. Nice.
Close enough.
Better. Jeez. Completely cooked that one, but it's fine. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hello. There's one person missing. They're currently, unfortunately, we're getting the funeral ready for the self-sucking incident. Was terrifying.
Yeah.
It just got stuck in there and choked to death. Horrible time. Dude, what a stupid thing to say.
Yeah,
but
it's okay. Poor guy.
But yes, we're back. There was a little bit of a hiatus because holy shit, I had my car broke down for one Monday. I had to get that shit repaired, and then the next one I went to San Francisco for Outsidelands, which I thought. What stories have I told you from that so far?
Okay, so I think you've talked about mostly. Or the ones I remember is mostly tattoo people came up and
Oh yeah, that was insane. That was weird. People kept a lot of people were talking about my tattoos, but there was one lady in particular who in the middle of I think it was a Tyler concert. She was making her way out of so we got pretty close to the stage for Tyler. We got there early and everything, and then she pushes through the crowd. And then just grabs my fucking arm.
Yeah.
And she's like, I like your tattoos. But that there was actually an incredible interaction that I had during the Tyler concert. I'm just dancing with my friends. And then one of the, I hear from behind me, oh, he's cute. And I was like, oh, whatever, I don't care. I don't know who this person is. And then this lady walks up to me and just says, yum, into my ear.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what? And she's like, are you gay? I was like,
yeah.
Which is crazy. San Francisco, you're built different.
No, I just actually, I've had that same kind of interaction, and it was also in the Bay Area, so maybe that is the Bay Area.
It's the Bay Area doing Bay Area shit.
If you're not down to clown immediately, you're fucking gay apparently. So nice, cool.
But yeah, that was insane. That lady was so drunk. She kept trying to take videos of the Tyler concert, but her phone was full. And the message came up your storage is full.
Yeah, she probably couldn't read it though.
And then she just clicked continue, and she's like, it's not working.
She probably thought she was misclicking, and then just self-looping.
She was so fucking drunk.
That's really funny.
It was crazy. Yeah, and then after that same night we went out. We got a drag queen came up to me and basically asked if anybody in the group is my girlfriend.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, and she's like, are you gay?
Day 2. Let's go.
What the fuck is happening?
Let's go.
And then I was like, no, I'm pan, whatever. And she's like, okay. And then she got her entire crew to join us. And we just partied from where we started, all the way up Castro.
Damn. Okay. I've never actually been to Castro.
It's like WeHo, but a little, I don't know if it's smaller.
Is it nicer?
It is. Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. So WeHo has a lot of party vibes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Castro has party vibes for sure, but it feels more dive bar-y in a lot of the situations.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And then there's houses where people actually live, close to where the partying and dive barring happens.
I see.
Which is WeHo has a lot of houses and people live there a lot, but it's a little separated. If the Abbey is here, you're a couple of streets down. That's when the houses really start. There might be some close by, but I feel like people actually lived on Castro.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Versus where WeHo is no, this is the party street, and then you go off a little bit before you get to where the apartments are.
They can afford to actually have space to do that in LA. Whereas
it was nice. It was cool. The vibes were sick. I personally kind of liked San Francisco. I fuck with it. I still think I'm a bit more of a LA person, but I liked San Francisco a lot.
I'm so surprised, genuinely, just because I thought it would be too tech bro-y.
Okay, I will say the tech bros were insane. So day one, we saw a couple of, they couldn't be older than fucking 21. They were just fucking with a Waymo, which I don't give a shit about Waymos, but they were being obnoxious. They were standing in front of it, then they were making loud noises, and then they started I'm like, I don't care, whatever, sure. But I could tell these were just rich kids, not punks doing that. And then one of the guys got a video of his friend, and then his friend thought he could smash the window with his elbow, and he hit the window as hard as he could.
Yeah.
And then he like whelped because
it fucking hurts.
It's also like not going to
Yeah.
break. But then he's like, oh my God. And then like he left, like they went to the street, and his friend goes up. He's like, you know, man, like, I know it's tough out there, but you got everything going for you. You're tall. You're a millionaire.
Hell yeah.
You can get any woman you want. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, San Francisco.
What else did you get to see in SF?
So, I mean, to be fair, not too much, because okay, this is the thing that is weird, but like, I kind of get it, because, so Outsidelands is a weird festival, all right? Because it starts at noon and it ends at 10 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Which at first I was like, why? But then at the same time, so a lot of the festivals I've gone to usually start around like 6 p.m.
Yeah,
and then end at like 2 a.m.
Something like
It's
that.
like cursed.
Yeah.
But like, it's kind of fun because, you know, you're out, you're just like, you're doing shit. It feels like you're at a big party. But this was kind of cool, at the same time incredibly tiring, because once it hits 10 p.m., like I'm not tired because I want to keep partying. So you end up just going to SF to party even harder.
Right.
But like, now that means you've been literally partying since noon. Like I was drinking at noon. So as a result, I'm like, oh my God, it's been over 12 hours, and I think I've been sober for 6 of them. I don't know what's going on. I mean, sorry, 6 of like from 6 a.m. to noon is what I've been sober. I'm like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So you end up partying so much harder. But like I got to see obviously the park, the Golden Gate Park is where Outsidelands takes place.
Okay.
Which was really cool. It's very pretty. It's very surreal because like all the fog and mist comes in.
Right.
But then you've got like all the stages and like hundreds of people and like the weird old trees at the same time. Like, it just looks cool. We got to look at Chinatown, which was kind of fun. I got food there. I don't know why people said to like kind of avoid it, because it's like seedy. It was not at all. It was fine.
That's fine.
It was fine.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, whatever. But I liked it. It was cool. I got to do that. We also got to, I mean, obviously Castro, like I said, we looked at that. We also got to look at, oh my God, what's it called? The, shit. It's like I don't know. It's like some historic place where you can get a lot of Mexican food.
I don't know off the dome.
I don't know. But then on the way back, we detoured into San Jose to just go say hi to some friends.
Yeah.
And that was fun. And then
Nice,
we drove back. But like, so it wasn't too much, because what truly happened was I woke up at 7 a.m. I had my coffee. I had breakfast. We then went out to usually purchase shit to. Oh, I forgot about this. So yeah, we went out to like buy shit to sneak in, like shooters and stuff, because good God, are the drinks expensive in there. Like, don't get me wrong, festival pricing is always expensive. Holy shit, Outsidelands.
Really? It's that bad?
Yeah, so like a beer is $16. But like, I'm not talking about like, you know, you go to Dodger Stadium, you get the fucking like 2-liter one. Like, it's a beer. And then like the mixed drinks are anywhere from like $20 to $24. It's a crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
So what we would do is we would, before that, go get shooters and then just sneak them in.
Okay.
And the first day we snuck it in, nothing happened. The second day, they have like this new like thing. I don't know what happened. Like, I walk through, and at first the guy's like, "Oh, like what beeped?" And I showed him my bag. I'm like, "It's probably the camera." He's like, "Oh, it's the camera." So that security guard waves me through.
Yeah.
And then as I'm walking away, JP behind me gets caught. And like he gets beeped on, and then the person there was like, "Oh, like what is it?" And then like in his bag he had like a shooter apparently,
Okay.
Which is just like a small alcohol thing, right? So like the guy takes it away,
No.
and then I don't know what happened, but somehow the 2 security guards behind the people who are doing the checks realized that I was in the same party as JP.
Oh, okay.
And
like,
those fuckers call me back. I was already gone. And I'm like, shit. So I walked back, and then I had the big parachute pants on. And he goes, "Oh, like, do you have anything on you? If you like have it and I catch it, I'll cut the wristband. You're out of here." And I'm like, first in my head, I'm like, "You're not gonna fucking do Like that's that's not within your power. Number two in my head, I'm like, you're a fucking volunteer. Why do you care? But
Yeah.
whatever. And then I'm like, you can pat me down, and if you find something, you find something. And the dude's like, all right, rules of the game, rules of the game. So he like gives me like a proper like move one nut to the left, one nut to the right, pat down, and I had like 6 things on me. He got 1. And he pulls it out and he's like, I got something, and I'm like, congratulations, you won a prize. And it's like a absolute vodka shooter or something. And he's like, you got anything more on you? I'm like, yeah, you gotta find it. If you want to find something, you gotta find it. And he's like, all right, one more time. So I get patted down twice. And then he can't find shit because like I know how to hide things to get into like festivals and shit. And he's like, all right, fine, you can go. I know you have more things. And I'm like, all right. So bye. So he walked away.
You're so much trouble.
I don't know why. I just become a piece of shit. like come on, man.
That's so good.
Meanwhile, JP, they were like, "Do you have anything on you?" He's like, "I have one thing," and he gave them like one thing. Like he's like super nice, but like. I don't know why. I'm just so used to metal shows where you're like, come on, like, just leave me alone.
That's fair.
That was.
I'm
fun.
surprised you were told that the Chinatown was seedy. It's like definitely one of the nicer ones.
I liked it. It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people who told me like they like, oh yeah, there's like a lot of homeless people there, and like they're like pissing on the walls and shit, and I'm like,
I mean that's like honestly more of a downtown thing.
Yes.
In general, I'm surprised, but I mean for like my guess as to why this is just because like, well originally like. I mean, in the earlier days, SF was definitely a seedier town in general, but like ever since like the tech bro boom, like it's not been that kind of like, I guess like low to the ground, like seedy kind of city in general. It was
fun,
yeah, I think.
But like even the homeless people we did see, they were like LA homeless. Like they kept to themselves, they did their own thing.
Yeah.
I don't care. Also, like it's just like you get, it's horrible that you have to live. Yeah. Out in the elements. I'm not going to make trouble for you. You're just minding your own business. Who cares? Yeah. But like there was, I don't know. I like Chinatown. It was cool. We got a lot of good food there.
Sick. Nice.
I hate to say it, but Frank's Noodle House has got competitors.
Okay. All right.
Dude.
Did you ride the BART at all?
No, we didn't. Because I drove there.
Oh, right.
So it was fine. Oh, my phone exploded.
What's wrong?
Do you hear it?
Oh, was that new?
I think the battery just popped.
Is that new or?
Yes. I just picked it up and it went.
Wait, but I mean, is that crack news?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I think the battery just popped.
Oh, can you turn it on?
Yeah, and the battery is at 0% basically.
Wait, but where did that crack come from?
I think the pressure. Oh boy, I'll check that out later.
That's freaky.
It's been weird. It's been getting really, really hot.
I see.
Especially when charging.
Yeah, that's been happening with mine too. I get a new phone whenever like our AT&T thing procs.
That's what I'm trying to wait for.
I'm just trying to wait it out. Man.
You gotta survive just a little bit longer, baby.
Exactly. I could maybe get lucky, get an early proc or something. I don't know.
the timer isn't up for you.
Yeah, pity timer.
Oh man.
That's good.
Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Yes, I wanted to ride the BART, but like I had my car, and I want to be honest, like I'm fucked already.
No, it's not that. Car. It's not like. You're not missing out, basically.
I know, but it's still cool to use public transport. We live in Los Angeles. There's
That's
no
true.
such thing.
I guess it is basically like an amusement ride for us.
It is. You're on a roller coaster. I don't have to park anywhere. Also, the parking situation.
Yeah.
Either I'm a god and I'm the luckiest bitch in the world.
Probably. Yes, true.
Or it's not that bad.
I think. Column A, column B, but I think definitely more of A.
I got very lucky. Like literally everywhere we drove, they're like, "Oh my god, you're not gonna find parking."
Someone pulls right out.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like,
guy.
"What the fuck?"
Fucking guy. I'm the guy always behind the guy who finds it. So.
Man,
that's a piece of shit.
Dude, that was similar to the Echo Park situation we went to. There was hundreds of people. It's already dog shit to get parking in Echo Park. It was even worse. We had to park like a block or two away and then Uber there because Ada's foot is broken.
Oh, right.
Oh,
And she still went to that?
yes. So
Dude,
she
fucking go home. Stay
she
home.
walked 20,000 steps with us in San Francisco
Yeah.
every day.
That's insane. But like that was like, okay, fine. Like at least, what is it? You didn't know. So benefit of the doubt. You didn't know your foot was broken. But now you know your foot is broken and then you're still doing that shit. What the fuck's wrong with you? Go home.
Built like a fucking tank, which is why it's so funny because when her foot initially was bad, she's like, yeah, my foot really hurts. So I'm like, on a scale of 1 to 10, and I'm like, but like, answer it
like realistically.
Don't do the thing like you're a woman at a doctor's office where like, they're not going to believe you. Tell me what your actual pain is like. And she went, oh, it's like a 6. Girl.
Bruh.
That's fucking crazy.
Can't fucking feel.
That's
anything.
fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Sorry.
But yeah, and then sorry, so I don't mean to dominate, but like the other thing with the Echo Park was really funny. We ended up in so the whole point is that like for 2 days that entire street there's just music concerts and like the vendors will like do everything. And I told you like we ended up in a lingerie store.
Sick.
Which,
oh no, how did we end up here?
Because the fucking DJ was cool. So we ended up in a lingerie store. And the DJ is playing music, and like they're playing from all over. Like there's English songs in there, there's some like Spanish songs, or all remixes, and then all of a sudden, an Arabic song turns on.
Oh, let's go!
And I'm like, this is fucking sick.
Yeah.
And then I'm listening to it, and I'm like, wait a minute, I know this song. I know what the song is. It's basically a Free Palestine song.
Oh shit! Okay.
But like in very accented like Palestinian Arabic, which like unless you're familiar with it. First of all, it's hard to understand like in Arabic, like if it's heavily dialected as an Arab speaker, but then like there ain't no shot you're like catching this as like a second language.
No idea.
So I was like, this is sneaky as fuck. Like I'm pretty sure most of the people in that place, because Echo Park, are probably like they don't care. They're probably on the side of it. But at the same time, it's very funny to me to be like in a room full of people who have no idea what they're dancing to right now.
Hell yeah.
Like it's kind of sick. Yeah, that DJ was really, really funny. And then at one point the worker was trying to unplug something from the roof.
Okay.
With like this hook pull, and she just couldn't get to it. She like could not get to it, and she looked at me. She's like, "Tall man, can you please please assist?"
I see. This is how you connect to the story. As usual. Understood.
But yeah,
that's funny.
Those were my 2 weekends. Sorry for dominating it.
No, you're good. You're good. Those, I think, definitely Outsidelands is a big thing to talk about.
That was crazy.
My weekends. Have I don't even. My memory is so shit. I can't really remember. 2 weekends ago. Oh, I guess we hit up my friend who recently moved here for med school. Or sorry, he's a doctor. Sorry, I can't say that anymore. He's a resident doctor here at UCLA.
He won.
Yeah, he won. Well, now he has to go through the new 4-year gauntlet where you're a resident where you don't really make anything. But he's got a really nice place. He like legit lives like on the beach side of Santa Monica.
Oh, like our mutual friend.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think he's too far from him either. And we basically walked over from the okay. So 2 weekends ago, let's see, Zoe's car had to be fixed up. Mm-hmm. So we walked over there, and we we got some. There's this like kind of nice coffee place that we went to. It's called Petite Grande Boulangerie. I'm probably destroying the
Petite Grande Boulangerie.
Yeah,
no idea what this place is. Yeah, but yes.
No, it's really I guess it's really maybe like internet famous. I don't know. We went and we got like this thing. It was a cardamom scroll.
That sounds so
good.
It
was fucking good. It was an absolute mess. Like half of it flaked on the floor, but it was really fucking good.
Good.
We went from there to my friend's place, and then we walked along the beach down to this restaurant. I forgot the name, but it's like a Southeast Asian kind of place. It's on Ocean, and it was really good. It was really good. They also have like a dinner menu. And then I guess that was like the only relevant thing that week. And then this past weekend, I went to my first dance battle ever, which is
I want to hear more about it. I actually have questions that I was saving.
Yeah, go ahead.
But It's not it. It's been very pinchy down there.
I see.
But yes.
Okay.
Oh my
Yes, you
God,
said
why-
you had questions.
No move anymore.
He has no motion.
Okay, I have no more motion. Jesus Christ. Getting owned by everything today. So okay, let me give some background to
Yes.
what my questions are. So one of the things that I was like trying to do this year is to do more like photography things.
Okay, yeah.
Because and in that, you know, I shot 2 of Tori's gigs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shooting Tyler's gig.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I've shot a bunch of protests and shit. But like I'm always curious because those, like, one of the main things that I really care about is like, it's gonna sound incredibly pretentious, but it's the only way I can think about it. It's like kind of cultural things.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what events like these are for
Yeah.
me. So like I'm endlessly fascinated by like first of all, how does Josh know about this? Like,
Yeah.
how do you even learn about
Yeah.
that this is a thing that happens in Calabasas once a year?
Right.
Like, for example, because for me, I went to the Echo Park thing. I brought my camera with me because like, I only know about this because I go to punk shows in Echo Park,
Yeah.
and then I know from people who are like, yes, this happens once every year
Yeah.
on a random weekend, and you can you can keep your eyes fucking glued to the news for when it happens, or
Yeah.
you get like a message like, yo, it's happening next weekend.
Yeah.
And then like it busts it. Like that's, so I'm always very curious. Like, first of all, how does Josh know about this? Like, what's his connection to it? Because I feel like there has to be something there.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. So this event, I guess the way I understand how these things kind of form. So this event was hosted in the park by a group called the Great 1-8ers, and 818 is the area code of that place.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been doing like music related things like DJing, dance battles, keeping styles alive in general in that local area. And this was their 15th anniversary. And I guess like usually the mode of the modern day mode of getting information around in the dance community is always Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not just like watch these people do cool shit on Instagram Reels, but like passing out of like posters and stuff. Like a lot of these events have like specialized posters and stuff, and so like if you're in the loop, I guess you'll hear more about these things. So Josh is really well versed on like basically all of these sort of like local dance communities that are sort of keeping these things alive. And so there's a lot of people who do like really cool things. Like let's see, there's like also plenty of people who aren't like big organizations. There's this kind of like solo people that like, oh hey, I do a thing, like I host a session. A session is like I'm gonna go like rent out the studio like every other Saturday or something. It's here in like downtown LA, come through, and then over time it kind of just becomes like a recurring thing that everyone knows about, or like not everyone. You kind of have to be in the know.
You have to be in the know. Yeah, it's
exactly.
Like similar to the Echo Park situation. I was like, it's super, because Echo Park Rising used to not be in the news. This is like maybe the 3rd or 4th year where like people are like, yo, this is happening this weekend. I'm like, that's crazy. Because when I was an undergrad, it would be like people would just roll it. Like now the cops were there and there's like through traffic only and like residential. But like 6 years ago when I first went, people would just stand in the fucking street and organize traffic by themselves. So like it's surreal to go there now where I'm like, it's crazy. You can tell the drivers to fuck off, because before you would almost get run over to just like see that one brand that has like 3 followers on Instagram play in the middle of the street. Like it gives me the same vibes. I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of fucking cool.
No, it's so cool.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, also big thing is something I forgot to mention is like, so this is this group is also nonprofit, and they had like, it wasn't just only like a dance thing. It was also showing off like other musicians who lived in the area and stuff like that. And they also had like these like random other booths along the park where people were selling like jewelry. I actually bought a piece. They were selling like homemade art and like clothing. For some reason, there was like a Costco membership booth there. They got all the things.
Awesome.
They got all the things. But like one of the big things is like they're community funded. I mean, this whole event was like free basically, or it was actually free because it was in a public space. So they get donations, but also I noticed like this event was also sponsored by Red Bull, which is fucking insane. They had like the Red Bull like tanks there, and you can just pull shit for free. I'm like,
that's awesome.
dude, that's actually insane. like I already know that Red Bull does a lot of like larger scale things, like for dance as well, like Dance Your Style. It's like the biggest like dance competition there is like annually. But the fact that they also like pour out like resources into like smaller scale events like this is actually so fucking
It's
hype.
very cool. It's very no. I love Red Bull.
Yeah.
Again, one of the only few people who accept sponsorships from.
I still have to try one of those, but I'll get back to you. yeah.
You tried something from a company that shall not be named. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. That gross. That.
Disgusting. But yeah, no, I've genuinely like the reason why I ask is just generally like it sounds really cool, and it just seems like I kind of want to be there at one point, just photograph the shit out of it, because like it just seems like one of the things that's like right up my alley of things I like to take photos of.
Yeah, of course. I think
that's the selfish angle of what I'm talking about, but the other angle is like I just want to know, like I like these smaller communities of things that work. So, okay.
Yeah, not at all. I think like people would be, I think for the most part would be so down to have like more. I guess like hands for things like photography and stuff like that, because like I saw they did have like like 2 or 3 people as their camera crew and stuff, and like I'm sure like more hands would definitely be wanted for like photographing like just session events or like these sort of like planned annual events and stuff like that. Like
it just seems like a really fun thing.
I don't think people would mind in general.
Yeah.
So
but yeah, that's one. The other thing I wanted to ask was like, I know nothing about this world, and you were like saying,
okay.
you were saying like, voguing. I kind of when you mentioned like, oh yeah, like drag shows and things that I guess I knew, but like all the other styles, I have no idea.
Yeah. So I could talk about what I mostly saw that day was I guess in order of how often it showed up. So also for more references is like usually when dance battles are like larger scale, what happens is basically it's like kind of like, to put it in like melee tournament terms.
Go for it.
Yeah. It's usually like, pools until top 16 or top 8 kind of situation. And generally the format is a 1v1 format, though this was a 2v2 tournament. A 1v1 format generally consists of the following. They start playing the beat, and it'll be the same for both people. Like both battlers will most likely not have heard this music before, because someone made it like a week ago or some shit.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like they don't come prepared with any of their music. It has to be like basically
it's
doing this immediate. It's a freestyle.
It's a freestyle.
Okay.
Cool,
cool.
Yeah. So sorry. Okay.
No, you're good.
Keep
talking, and I will fill in questions that I have as it goes on. But yes.
It's important to remember the context here. So yes, this is all dance battles are usually all freestyle. There's like cases where you can like maybe practice a little bit in between like sets or something, but like for the most part, that is the first time you're hearing the music, and you're kind of just letting your sort of like fundamentals and like creativity take over like on the spot. And the format is like a 1v1, and they start playing the music for maybe like 10 seconds, and then like at least one person has to go before then. And so you're watching 2 people, and person 1 goes, and they have like usually 30 to 45 seconds to like do their thing, and then the judges will call like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then like person 2 has to go, person 1 has to stop, and then they do their thing to the same 45-second sort of loop. So like usually I feel like this is kind of like, I was talking about this with Josh, it seems like going second is like really advantageous, because you get to hear
the music. Yeah.
Exactly, you get like a second run of the loop, and like it's also so insane also to see like the person or the people going first, like they've never heard this music before, but like they somehow knew at exactly the 9th count the beat was gonna go like doom doom doom, and then they'll like move.
That's
like
fucking crazy.
They kind of just have that like sort of sixth sense, right? And everyone you talk to who like can catch these things, it's like, yeah, I don't know, I kind of just knew it was gonna be there. I'm like,
bro,
you bastard. But like this is kind of what they mean by like the word like musicality, right? Musicality is just kind of like it's coming somehow, and like you just go for it.
Yeah, it's gonna fit in, and like you just hard read the music.
Hard read.
Just fucking hard read the music.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So then top 8. This top 8 tournament was like of a similar format, but it was 2v2s, and also on top of that it was 2v2 random duos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
very interesting.
So this is you're bringing it back to my favorite tournament idea where you get randomly solo queued with a team.
No, this is exactly that.
Exactly. You have to survive.
Okay, but also it's not just like, oh, you get randomly duo queued. You get randomly duo queued with like fucking heater.
Yeah.
Because they had like invited guests.
Oh,
to
that's
battle.
so sick.
It's so sick, but also so nerve wracking.
Oh yeah, because now you're standing next to like the pro.
Yeah,
you're like,
exactly. Like my hero is standing right next to me. I better not fucking fuck this up. But it was so hyped to watch. Like, I can't believe this is the first one I've been to, first of all. Second of all, I think also watching a 2v2 format, especially when the people don't necessarily know each other that well ahead of time, and watching them live come up with shit, because it's like, it's the same format where like, okay, 45-second block. You could, and it's best of 3, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They do 3 rounds, and then, sorry, I forgot to talk about the judges. There's usually 3 judges, and then it's pretty simple, really. The MC of the event will count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then, like, the judges will either point at team or person 1 or 2, or they can just do, like, no.
Okay.
Yeah, and they all have to decide, and that's it. Like that's just like
no
who
arguing.
Wins. Exactly. There's not
Sick.
like, oh, I think you win because this. Like, it's just like it gets that sort of shit out of the way. I like that.
It's good. Just go next.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Go next. We ain't got time for this. But like for the 2v2s, because it's like 3 rounds, I saw so many different strategies of like, oh, like they start listening to the song, and then like, oh, the person I'm randomly, or someone else was randomly paired with, is like their style more suits this song, so we're like chatting, like, okay, we cue you first and you go, or like, oh, like, but also judges and also myself, I feel like I have a feeling they were grading on the fact of like how well you could gel your random duo together with your own style.
It makes sense. Your
exactly.
team. Yeah.
And so some of these like rounds were like, oh, like person A goes for like 20 seconds, and then they do some sort of transitional thing and they get the other person to go in. Or like, some people, some teams are like kind of doing this sort of like background like support like the whole damn time or something. I don't know. There's like so many different. It's so sick. Anyway, your question was also the genres that were present. So the most, it was actually kind of surprising to me, but I'll list them out in, I guess like most represented.
Because again, for a naive, I am the layman. I'm the severe layman, right?
I got you.
To me, I'm like, there is street dancing. Obviously, I understood like, oh, there's probably different types.
Yeah.
But like every time you're talking about it, I'm like, there's more.
Yeah.
What do you mean there's more?
It's not your fault. I mean, I've been dancing for a while, and I also like only learned of like more of these. I learned about like Crump exists like a year ago.
Yeah, so that's why I'm curious. So just go for it. Like, explain to me what's happening here.
Yeah, so basically, street dance is a very sort of like general concept, but like if I had to like sort of like gun to my head sort of define it, it's basically it's called street dancing because the people who came up with it were just dancing in the street to like like their beatboxes and shit back in the day. And there's a lot of different styles, and like street dancing, like one of the earliest forms is like locking. You probably heard the phrase.
That one I know, yeah.
Like locking and popping, or popping and locking, or whatever. So popping and locking are separate styles. Locking is like with more soul and kind of funk music. It's very sort of like precise movements and like stops, and that's what a lock is. Popping is the style. Like I can't speak on this too much. But popping, one of the main things is like there's a lot of like these sort of really strong hits. Hit is like when you sort of like flex all your muscles at once. I can't do it very well, but like basically you hit so hard that like your entire like body kind of vibrates, and like you kind of do a lot of those, and that's kind of like a popping thing.
Also for context, I did the babyest amount of research because I wanted to ask these questions.
No
so
worries.
I'm like, I literally like just street dances, and I looked at the YouTube shorts. I did not have any context for the different styles, but like I just wanted a mental image of what you're talking about. Okay.
Yes.
So yes, cool.
Okay.
So those two, I kind of understand what you're talking about.
Heard of those.
Yes.
Okay. Going into more of them.
It's also why in lab I was like, do you want to do the podcast today? Because if you said no, I'm like, all right, we're talking about it now. Just kind of, okay.
No, I wanted to talk about it so bad, but I was holding. Okay. Anyway, so that I'm not ranking in terms of like most represented yet. I'm just talking about
just
like,
talking in
things that
general.
exist.
Yeah, go for it.
So popping, locking. There's also house. House is to like house music, EDM.
Okay.
Like that is, well, EDM less so, but like house music.
I know house. Yeah.
Yeah, this like is also a specific dancing style as well. House
That I
is
did not know. I go to a lot of house concerts, so understood.
I guess like because like house dance is also, I feel like it's really hard for me to understand. Just because it's more like it's kind of like what I feel like is like the most polar opposite from hip hop, which is what I'm more into. So hip hop, or sorry, house, the sort of bass sort of groove again is like, okay, this term is very general, but the sort of like default groove, what I mean by that is like I'm gonna describe this in a really silly way.
Go for it.
Like idle animations, okay?
Okay,
yeah, I knew you were gonna fucking laugh.
Fucking awesome.
I knew you were gonna fucking laugh. But like the sort of like idle animation of like a Street Fighter character or anything like that, they kind of got that sort of like, movement to them. Like, I don't think they have that specifically, but I'm saying they're like the idle animation or like the bass sort of fundamental groove for all of these like different street styles is different. And so for house, it's very like it's like hips. It's called the jerk. Yeah. So it's hips forward and up, whereas on the beat. Whereas like hip hop is the sort of complete opposite. You're like down on the beat, right? And it's really funny because like house music is, or like that jerk comes from like how you're thinking about it. It's basically like someone got like, you know, I don't know, someone got like really close to like a whatchamacallit, like a speaker, and they were kind of just doing that move to it, and they're like, it's kind of
fucking sick. Yeah. No, I've been to enough raves and like house things and like all these. I will always yell at my friend, you gotta bend your fucking knees. You gotta fucking do it.
You gotta do it. And like they love doing like big footwork, and also like, you know, another thing with like local culture and stuff, like house dance on the West Coast is like apparently very different from the East, and also like Japan is really into street dance too. So their house
I can imagine
that's
like
different.
I'm in no way saying I know how to dance like a house. I'm just like a house professional. I just been to a lot of these concerts, so I just copy the people around me.
Yeah, you've probably seen it.
That's
around.
it. Yeah.
So okay, house is another one.
I don't know house was even part of this, by the way.
Yeah.
So this is
totally
okay.
Fair,
Sick.
totally
Cool.
Fair. Hip hop, that's more like what I'm into. That it's kind of like one of the broadest genres, just because like I feel like it doesn't like, I think you think hip hop is like, okay, hip hop music is just like rap and stuff, but like it's kind of how do I say this? It's kind of like the, or like default like street dance, I guess, just because like one thing is that like its kind of style of music is like the most modern, in the sense that like it kind of just goes so well with pop music, you know. So like that's why it stayed alive, and I feel like that's also why, like, you know, like unfortunately, like I feel like locking is kind of like not super popular, because like, you know, funk music just kind of isn't really like a thing.
Yeah, it's you have to look for it.
Yeah, you kind of have to dig for it, and like, you know, it's big, but like no one's really like making it, you know what I'm saying?
I let me put it this way, I like funk, but I can't think of any modern funk artist that's like, it's that one.
Yeah,
like it's just. Yes. But if you ask me for hip hop artists, I can list you off like
exactly. And so like I think hip hop is kept so alive by like pop and like pop rap and all these things. So that's another one. What else have I? Oh, Crump is one I brought up. So this one's kind of interesting. It's kind of like, the way I would explain it is like stinkier hip hop. And by stinky, I mean like purely positive.
Yeah. No, I understand that term, but like. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of like more forceful like stomps, and like you're like, you know, you're doing like sort of like bite, like, you know, you're biting with your mouth. You're doing like, you're making these sort of gross, nasty like facial expressions and stuff.
It's so interesting because like, again, from a layman, like whenever I go to these like places, like when I go to a concert or whatever and people are dancing, I just copy around, like, but that means, so, you know, everybody is copying something. Yeah. But I love the idea that there's somebody's like, no, this is an actual style, and everybody is like a novice who's just fucking copying shit, but there's like an actual like pure way of doing this correctly, and it's fucking cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, that's, you know, the thing, right? Like,
I mean, correctly, I'm using very broadly.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, I think, you know, with locking and with hip hop and with all these things and house, like, you know, these three things off the dome, like, these may be street dances, but they got big because people were doing it at parties.
Yeah, you do it at parties. Like it makes
exactly.
or like when you're in like standing in a concert and not doing shit is fucking weird.
No,
you got to
it's not a
dance
good
to
time.
it,
Yeah.
and like you will copy, the people in front of you, and like there's people who actually know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they're like, those guys know what the fuck they're doing. I'm just gonna copy whatever
Yeah,
that is,
and
and
then,
it
like, you
disseminates.
Right. You kind of copy. You kind of just get the vibe, and like,
Yeah.
if you don't get the vibe, that's totally okay too. But like, that's how these things sort of get spread, like even at all off the ground.
Yes. So this is very cool. Like I did not even know this is like a thing.
I would say like the origin, the sort of like hipster origin of like underground shit, and like I was battling before it was like even like a big thing. I'm like, that's fine, but like you have to also understand like these things got big because people took it from battles to show it off at parties and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So partying is like a huge sort of
It's a huge aspect.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Exactly. Okay. So okay.
Crump.
Crump. I said it was stinky hip hop.
Stinky hip hop.
Then we also have we already talked about voguing, but whacking. Voguing. You kind of strike pose. There's whacking is like kind of like that, but it's got more motion to it. Like specifically, each time you pose, there's like again, I'm speaking
like a
from
paired motion or something.
Well, so I'm speaking to it, but I've never done whacking once in my life at all. But there's a lot of sort of like this motion where you're like swinging your arms around very fast and like kind of doing lots of poses like that. It also plays pretty well with like funkier music and stuff like that. But I would guess it's called whacking because
So you're
if
whacking
you're
someone,
within
yeah.
arm's length of somebody, you're gonna get
Fucking whacked. Yeah.
Exactly. Waving also I learned was like its own style. It's not just like like do the wave kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like you can do body waves, you can do like very like what is it, like precise like finger waving, you can do like just your hands and stuff, but like that like thing is not just like a technique, it's like a whole style as well.
That's
just
fucking
like
cool.
That's insane.
That's fucking
yeah.
cool. No, I love this shit. This is wildly cool to me.
Yeah.
I've gotten very like, okay.
Yeah.
Like Will's into it. And I'm like, I just want to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's all I can think of right now. There is for sure more, but let me get to the representative.
Yes.
So the most popular, to my surprise, was whacking, which was kind of really surprising to me. But like also like, I shouldn't be, just because like I'm surrounded by people who are mostly interested in hip hop, house, and locking. And so anything outside of that, I feel like, I don't see it very often. So to me, it feels niche. But at this battle, it was not at all. Like it was like the folks who won, the person who wasn't the guest on the team was a whacker. One of the judges was a whacker. The team that got second place, that person was also primarily a whacker. So it was like, whacking for sure first.
It's so funny. The word is so close to wanker. I'm like,
I've
been holding it together this entire time.
That's right. I don't want to say it wrong either. I just thought of another category that wasn't there. It's called tutting, which is really funny.
I don't even know what to think.
So
first.
tut is actually based off of King Tut. Like,
okay.
And so the tutting moves is very like hand motioning. Like
I see.
And you're like making boxes and stuff and kind of doing shit. But it's very like, look at like my hand precision and kind of things.
That's
like
sick.
that.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
it's
get
very,
it.
It's
I
very
see
literal.
I see the vision.
Yeah,
okay.
It's very literal. It's very literal. Anyway, okay. So whacking first and foremost. Second, I gotta say, I feel like popping was really, really big. It's not in the sense of like, this person for sure is a popper. It's like, even for like all the people that like were battling that weren't like primarily poppers, everyone just kind of has like a popping kind of like thing in the back pocket. They just can like pull it out. So it's like popping is just in, I guess. Like everyone kind of has like a little popping thing they could do. Then it was hip hop. Then it was locking. I think it was like in that kind of order. Yeah.
Sick. Okay. Yeah, no, I got very interested in like, okay, we're gonna have a podcast, but I also wanted to like just read up on it.
Yeah.
I didn't really read up. I guess I just wanted to see.
Yeah.
So I have some mental image of what you're talking about, but
Right,
I specifically did not look up what the styles were.
Yeah,
Because
no
I wanted
worries.
you to tell me. But okay. So, yeah, the other crazy thing that like is semi-related to this is that in my dog park, one of the people there, he like is a dancer, and he like danced for like Cher.
Oh, cool.
And like at one point he danced for like Lady Gaga in
Oh,
2009.
sick. Nice,
So
nice.
like the dude's crazy. He's so cool. And he was just talking like, yeah. And he's like, I'm starting a new. He was talking like he wants to do coaching now because
nice.
he had a double hip replacement from dancing for like 30 years.
Holy
He's like an
shit.
older man.
I see.
But he's like, yeah, I'm gonna start doing coaching. He was just talking about it, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to like all the local LA like street dancing and more like formal, quote unquote formal. He doesn't mean like ballroom, but like more music video dancing.
Yeah.
And he's like going to all those studios now, and like he's adding more people to like his roster. But primarily he's going to. This is crazy, by the way. He's going to become a coach for like dancers to join more famous, like to expose LA dancers to like artists, basically.
Okay.
And I had just mentioned like offhand, like, oh yeah, like there was the whole Calabasas like street dancing thing that my lab mate told me about.
Yeah.
And then he goes, yeah, that's crazy because I was going to go there, but my hips were still hurting me from that like replacement thing. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of sick.
That's so sick.
This is the apparently you knew about this, and that's kind of cool. But obviously that makes perfect sense. The dude's like in the LA dance scene his entire life. But like he's an interesting character.
Yeah.
I want to talk to him more, but we'll see.
I think the thing is like it's so kind of like tight knit, and you kind of just like you just kind of see people around like so often in like random places, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing here? That's so sick. And like you came out to this thing, Yeah.
And that's also again like in relation to the Echo Park thing that I sent the message about. Like you just get to see fucking crazy people.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when I initially went like in undergrads, this would have been like before COVID times. Midriff played there.
Okay.
Which is you probably might not know them. They're like a thrashy type punk band. But I saw them in Echo Park. They were like 400 followers. They were like
shit.
babies still. They were like young guys. They played Outsidelands when I went this year.
Damn.
But I'm like, that's fucking crazy
fucking
that like
pop
I
off,
talked
dude.
to you guys at Echo Park like 5-6 years ago.
That's awesome,
And now
dude.
you're over here like
Yeah.
playing. Like it's
Love
weird.
to see them winning, dude.
Yeah. So
That's huge.
it's one of the cool things about that. Like, yeah, it's sick.
Yeah. And like, a lot of the invited dancers or like the invited battlers for the event as well. Or it's like people I know, like I guess no is like tough, but like no, I mean like,
You share social circles.
Yeah. But also they're like, they're instructors,
Mm-hmm.
at the studio I go to. So like, one of my favorite instructors, Tyler, he showed up, even though he wasn't on like I don't think he was on the guest battler dance list, but he went and he was a guest battler as well. There's this other dude, his name's T. Custon, absolutely insane guy, invited guy, and I took like one class from him. People that like were in the crowd and just like watching the event too, like there's like Hyperbolic Q. That guy was like
Hyperbolic Q. That's an awesome name.
It's a great name.
Sorry, that's a fucking
great
sick name.
And also, I learned he has a twin brother. Absolutely insane. I did not know that. They were both there.
Wait a second. How do you have two of you?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Hyperbolic 2. I mean, that's so many. Like, I saw so many cool people. The guy that I like to take locking classes from, Patches, was also there. So like, so many people that like instruct at this like at this one studio in K-Town, like they get around. They go everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
and that's super fucking cool.
it's so cool. They're like actually really like, they're actually trying to, I guess, not even just show off, but it's also like keeping like the skills and the practice of dance alive by hitting it, like all these different things. It's so sick.
So now I'm gonna just detour for a second. So like basically for me, why I care so much is like when I was an undergrad, a lot of my friends I made were from the photography club here in UCLA, and we would get invited. Well, like I would follow them and so on, and eventually like you just get to go to places just because you have a camera.
Yeah.
And like you're like, oh, all of a sudden I'm allowed behind stage and just shit like that. So and then COVID happened and I graduated and then fucking PhD school happened and I just stopped.
Sure.
And I felt really bad about it because I'm like, I really like that. I have like a lot of my very strange friends. Like I'll always tell you like, oh, one of my friends is in town, and then like they'll be off doing a concert or whatever, and it's just like, oh, because I knew them from before COVID, when like I would do shit like that. I would like take photos for them, or like I have a lot of friends who are just like, oh, can you help me with like this project, and like I would just go out and still do that. So the fact that I still have those connections is very, very cool. So like I kind of like this year I was like, I should get off my fucking ass and like kind of just do that again. It's gonna be harder because I'm completely solo. Because like my friends, they have real jobs. Right. Well, they have real photography jobs. Like 2 of them work for the LA Times.
Nice.
And like one of them is in New York and like all of these things. But I will still link up with them. Like when we went to the protest. When we shot that, it was me and the 2 guys from the LA Times who like took off their LA Times vests because they weren't technically supposed to do what they were doing, whatever. But like, yeah, it was me and those 2 again, and like we were running it like we used to, like getting way too fucking close to the cops,
just like old
like,
times.
Yeah, it was so fucking stupid. Like it's, and then like it was kind of cool, and the 3 of us were like, yeah, we kind of just miss doing more like shit for free basically, or like just shit for the sake of like wanting to meet cool people. So like recently I got to, because of Tyler, right, like he's like, oh, you want to help me shoot with this thing, and then he's like, oh, do you want to go to the club early with it, not like a club, like do you want to go to the jazz club early that you're going to shoot in, so that we can just check it out. Yeah. So I just got invited to like a private jazz club to go to on like a random Tuesday.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, that's fucking sick.
That's so
and all of that because I'm like, you want some photo? Nice. I'm bad at it, but you'll get some photos. But no, it's kind of cool. So I'm trying to talk to literally everybody, all of my friends, and just get what the cool thing is that they do, and just go with the group. And because like I would love to participate, but at the same time, like, oh, sometimes I don't want to participate by doing the thing. I just want to be there and experience it with folks. And just like, for me, I like to participate through like a camera.
Sure.
Because I get to take photos, and like this is both, you get the photos, I get the photos, but at the same time, like I can pick and choose which parts that like resonate with me, even though I can't pop and lock. I probably, even if I took a fucking class, I don't think it's in my body to be able to do that shit. No. But like,
I think you would like it.
Yeah, but like taking photos of it, I'm so fucking down.
Sure.
And like, I obviously not in like a weird like circusy kind of way, but like I just want to take photos. It looks cool.
Yeah, I think also like I've seen you work sometimes, and I'm so envious just because like you kind of also get to just fucking go like wherever in the space also, like for our strike stuff, or for our like our walkouts and stuff. He's just like, oh, he just gets to be on stage or whatever.
I just get to do what the fuck I want.
It's also nice because it's like I get to if I have the camera, I get to like talk to who I want to talk to, which is mostly not other people, so I get to focus on the event. And then also like see the event for so many different angles and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's super fun. And like the amount of this is gonna sound really dumb, but like the amount of confidence you build from like using the camera, because you're like, oh, I'm in the place that I'm usually not allowed to be, but like you have to pull it off, because if you don't look like you're supposed to be there, you're gonna get called out. It's gonna be even more weird. So you're just like, no, it's fine. It's like, I'll just get in front of the fucking speaker. I'm like, here you go, you're getting photos taken. Sorry, you consented to this. Like we're moving on. Like I don't have to ask for permission, but which is really cool. So that's one of those things by like, it's fun. Like, so that's why I talk with Drew, or I'm like, Drew, I'll go with, because he wants me to go mountain biking. But at the same time, I'm kind of scared of it. But like, I do want to go with them. I want to enjoy shit and do shit with my friends. Right. Like, I will go. Take me. I'll take as many photos as you want. And he's like, okay, let's fucking do it. And like, he's super into it. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, he shows me videos of like other people doing crazy shit all the time. So I bet like
I want photos of him doing crazy shit. Yeah. Exactly. And like, and also I get to interact with all that mountain biking crew of people.
Yeah. I guess it's like the most versatile in terms of like joining the most like random sort of like niche things around the city. So that's cool.
So that's kind of what I've been wanting to do more of this year. And like, there's a couple of times where I fell off that horse where I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. But
yeah, I mean, you could be busy.
That's I get busy. But like, I kind of kick myself in the ass and like, I got to do it. The other thing that I've been wanting to do for like literally 3 months is I've been wanting to make a website and put the photos on that I like.
Okay. Portfolio type shit.
Not only portfolio, like just I'm tired of sending an iCloud link to my friends with like 80 fucking photos. I'm just like, here, go to the website. And just, you know what I mean? I'm like, this is getting ridiculous. And also, like, I think I have 80 photos from the protest that I want to publish that that are good enough. There's like 40 or 50 from like Tory. I don't know how many I'm gonna get from Tyler's gig, and then like I have some stuff from like way back when that I think is really cool. I have some photos from Outsidelands that I really like, so I'm just like, I can put these on a website, and then I can just like, whenever I talk with people, I can just point them to the website and they can see all the photos, and like maybe just make a portfolio section of like, here's like the 15 best that I really like. I don't know, it'll be cool. Those are, but like, I looked into Squarespace. Shit's fucking expensive.
Oh yeah.
It's like the cheapest one is $13 a month.
Damn.
Which like at first I'm like, it's just $13, but I'm like, that's $130 for 10 months.
Yeah.
That's like hundreds of dollars a year.
Just to do it for a year. Yeah, I think the problem is, what is it? They do the sort of like YouTuber discount model.
Yeah.
So I think that's why their baseline price is so much higher. But I don't know what their post discount price would look like for like a year at least.
But like after a year, you're paying the real you know fucking sausage.
Surely I gotta just use it.
You got a next one.
Discount,
I see. Clever.
Yeah, but it does get tiring to have to do that. So maybe this is a Hassan learns HTML arc.
I get a MySpace.
I imagined the Sunny music when I said that.
Oh hell yeah! It's just I think it's more image hosting that like I don't think I can manage, even if I had my own HTML.
Oh, I see.
HTML, right? Because like think about it this way. I'm not gonna put RAWs on there, but like RAWs are 40 megabytes. The JPEGs post processing are like 13 to 12.
Oh, what?
They're huge
so
photos.
big?
Because I think they're meant. Well, I could definitely scale them down because like your computer screen or your phone screen is not gonna need a 13 megabyte like image file. I could probably get it down to like a few hundred kilobytes, but that shit still adds up quick. Like 400. I have like like maybe between like 130 and 150 photos that are good. Still quite a bit of data.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It all adds up.
It adds up. I'm trying to figure it out. Ada said to use Google websites. Apparently there's like a Google-based website hosting that you can do.
Okay.
I've never heard of this in my life.
I don't know. I'm not tech savvy enough.
I don't either. But I also have like an abundance of Raspberry Pis.
Oh, interesting.
People just give them to me as gifts.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but it happens. And then I have an abundance of Raspberry Pis. And then like I was thinking of like maybe I can just host it. Just storage is cheap. Like if I get like 4 terabytes or something, it's like $100.
Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I also know so little about Raspberry Pis. This does make me think of one story though. So like, I don't really know how this shit works. Okay, but the funniest thing I've heard a Raspberry Pi being used for is shiny hunting in Pokemon.
That's fucking awesome. That's so awesome,
It's
actually.
so hype.
That's hype. How would you even do that?
Okay, so yes, I was hoping you would ask. So they were shiny hunting.
I stopped for a second. I genuinely thought about like all the. I'm like, would you do that?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I have no answer actually. How would you do this?
So it comes. Okay, so you need a static encounter to make this a lot easier. But like a lot of encounters in Pokemon are static if it's like a legendary.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so you park your guy in front of the legendary, and then every time you encounter it, you roll for like the shiny to pop up, and so basically there's like a reset. It'll like automatically reset, but the reset condition is basically when you encounter it per game. There's a specific like either sound animation or like delay time. And if the if the Raspberry Pi notices that like, oh, you heard this sound before this one or whatever, or like the let's say the screen is like darker for an extra half second if it's like
so fucking cool.
it's not shiny or something, then it'll just auto hit reset and just keep doing it. So it basically just gets farmed. I always wondered how like a professional like Grant from the Astro department, he's a professional like Pokemon player. And like I always wondered like how pros like him have the time to like do a job be good at this and also just have like the most blinged out teams? And the answer is they just get a little robot guy to do it for them. It makes so much sense.
Dude, I'm just for if the Pokemon community like banded together, we would not have world hunger.
Actually,
but
true.
they're just like, no, you don't understand. We need to get the perfect IV.
Yeah. No, actually, that's what it was.
Oh,
it was perfect IV. Yeah. It's not just no. That's what it was. Because if it was just shiny, you could maybe reasonably do this in a human time scale.
Jesus Christ.
But because right. Okay, so I remember the shiny hunting thing that he wanted to hunt for was Reggie Drago. It's one of the Reggies, and it's a dragon guy, right? And the problem is that a really stupid optimization that you might as well have is that, like, okay, you can make IVs perfect now by, like, you know, if you give bottle cap, you can make IV now like maximum. Problem. What if I wanted IV of a stat to be minimized? This is a thing that people want sometimes, and
sure.
And this exists purely for two cases. One, you want minimized speed IVs because you're a trick room team, and you want trick room flips the order. And so when you minimize the IV, you actually make the guy fast as possible.
Yeah, because you end up giving the other Pokemon, not really, but you're giving the other Pokemon your speed.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
There's that, and then there's also one specific or a couple specific situations where you want your special attack guy to have the minimal physical attack as much as possible. You might ask, why do you fucking care? You just use your special attack. Problem. There is very rare edge cases. When you get hit with confusion, you do damage to yourself based on the attack. So you could save yourself like a point of damage.
Yeah.
Confusion is not super common. There's another one that is a little bit more common. There is one dark type move called Foul Play, which uses the user's attack damage against themselves.
I know this one. This is one of my favorites.
Yes, and so in this case, Foul Play wouldn't hit a special attacker hard in the first place, but to optimize how little they get hit by it.
Yeah, but like this is important for tournaments. I can definitely see this.
Yes,
yeah.
So that's also why you want zero attack IV shiny Reggie Drago. So you just Arduino it up.
Yeah, this. I mean, like you know, people roll their eyes at like esports people like hyper focusing on these one things, but at the same time, if you ever look at like the training regimens of like pro athletes, this is like you're doing one-handed juggling on like a Bosu ball. What the fuck? And it's just like, but your job is catching a ball while you're in the air with like a toe on the floor.
Then,
so
like,
it makes perfect sense.
The nutrition is insane.
Yes.
Like, that's why I had like 3.5 broccolis exactly.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You know? But like, you know, when you're training against the best of the best
you kind of have to
they're
do
also
some
doing
crazy
it.
shit.
They're all doing crazy shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Optimization is the name of the game there.
Yeah, brother. Always has.
The funniest topic today was if you can do your lat pull downs, you can do the lat pull you can pull up. So like, huh?
He actually kills me.
He sometimes kills me. There's some lines I'm like, huh? And I'm like, there's a biomechanics involved, and Andre just like.
I was just
I didn't even know how to answer that question. I was
it's
like,
okay. I mean, for me, I was just trying so hard to like keep track of my like conversation with Patrick as I was just hearing the craziest shit happen on your side of the table.
Oh yeah.
I was like, you know, he was just talking about how like his time at the dentist was and everything. And then meanwhile, you're explaining like how capitalism works on the other side. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is happening in this elevator?
Because he you know how this started?
Oh.
He asked me a question. He's like, "Oh, you have a lot of friends, Hassan," and I'm like, "Yeah." Like, "I do." And he goes, "What if one of them is a billionaire?"
Oh. Okay.
And I went with like, well, first of all, there's 800 billionaires. The chances that one of my friends will become a billionaire is like
secret billionaire.
It's secret billionaire, exactly. It's 1 in like 8 billion or some shit. It's
like
tiny.
That. Yeah.
So I was like, first, you know, chances are they won't. But in the hypothetical case that one of my friends becomes a billionaire, and like, I'm like, first of all, it depends on how they made their money, because being a billionaire is not inherently bad or illegal. It is just that to become a billionaire, at least in the times that we live in right now, you have to do inherently bad or evil
most
things.
Likely you've done some heinous shit.
Exactly. And I probably will not, I will drop you as a friend.
Yeah.
And I'm also like, you know, a very wealthy person, like a millionaire or even a multimillionaire, I would yield. You can get that quote unquote ethically. Sure. Maybe through your own labor, you know. the Hassans of the world exist, I guess. Not me, Hassan, other Hassan.
Other Hassan.
But I told him, like, yeah. And he's like, well, isn't the whole point of capitalism to make the best product ever? And I'm like, no.
Dude, in all of my time listening to this kind of conversation, I've never heard anyone utter something similar to that.
Yeah, I think everybody knows that line doesn't work anymore,
No,
right?
it really
Like, it's just like,
doesn't.
come on, guys. We live in a world where your phone dies after 5 years of the new one being out, so you buy the new one, and we all know this is the case. Like,
yeah, like the recurring one, I feel like I would expect most people to default to is like, oh, like this is good because it drives competition, and competition will, make people
they'll
try
fight
harder at
for
jobs.
the best thing.
Yeah, exactly, that kind of thing.
I know, but like
Which is kinda
the
surprising.
original of like making the best product ever is just like an interesting case where like, oh, everybody wants to buy it, but I'm like, yes, but if you're making the best perfect, I basically walk them through the idea of like, if you make the ideal product, you're basically making competition for yourself because you are your own competition at that point. If nobody has to buy a new one,
Yeah,
you're
what do you
losing
do?
a customer every time they buy that product.
Yeah, exactly.
And anyway, but it was interesting. Like I think he understood it, and I told him like, hey, if you want more on this, you can look up planned obsolescence. You can look up like the light bulb cartel, like Phobos cartel, I think they're called, like all of these other things. And then he's like, yeah, this is the part where is interesting because mind you, we're talking about like a 19-year-old, but like which is interesting to me because the way he talked about those things, like, yeah, I've read about them, and I don't agree with them. And what it read to me was this is like a genuine person who's been educated into like believe that capitalism is good, but has done his own like understanding of like, these cartels exist, planned obsolescence exists. He sees the contradictions, but now he's like asking this question almost like a way of getting permission. Does that make sense? Like permission to not be pro whatever he's talking about. Like it almost feels like he wants me to contradict it to get permission to like, oh, I'm allowed to be anti this shit.
Right. Yeah, I think I get what you mean. I think
because like when you're young, you it's hard to like form a true solid. I mean, this like when I was young too, like 18, I couldn't make a true solid opinion. I'm like, I'm not confident enough in it, at least, and I would have weird elitist shit that I would say too, because I'm like, I'm a kid, I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. But like you start talking to adults, and you're like, actually, not being an elitist prick is actually kind of okay.
That's kind of hype.
Right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I will be honest.
Yeah,
I feel like this is something that everybody goes through at some point.
Right.
You're very lucky if you didn't. Sick as fuck if you didn't. But like, I definitely did.
No, I think it's really common. I think when he was talking to you about this, I did get a little bit of that vibe, but more so I was like, I think most of the time I kind of like have been writing it off as like, oh, like classic book smart person like doesn't really like, I guess, think about like the social like issues that much. But I think it's more so like he was like genuinely sort of asking questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Not being like a whataboutism kind of guy.
Yeah.
Initially I was like, okay, like, the first several times something like's come up, I was like,
it definitely felt like that initially. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what about this? What about that? Like, what if we all like, what if we all suddenly lived in a commune kind of shit, But like, it's, yeah, I think it's a little different, and I'm glad it's not just that.
The other thing that I also thought was really cool was that the conversation that we had where like I introduced him to the concept of like an alt person, which was awesome.
Oh my god.
I know.
Yeah, I think like also it's weird though because I'm like, like how many like first times is he gonna hear from like us,
I know, but I will toot our own horn here. We're probably the best group of people.
Actually, true.
You got the most progressive, annoying AMO physics group.
Well adjusted.
Yes, and we're all like, no, this is normal.
Right.
let's.
10 minutes later, he's talking to ChatGPT how to get cocaine. That part fucking kills me, dude. Well, if it's so illegal, how come people have it?
Yes. I don't know how to answer this question for you. Like That was so fucking
dude,
funny.
so
That's so fucking funny. I also like how he was talking about like, oh, the power grid and the ChatGPT thing, and I'm like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't care about ChatGPT. I care about Wyoming. And he goes, oh yeah, I actually didn't know. I'm like, what do you mean to think about that, dude? I love that.
No,
that was
based.
so fucking
actually
funny.
Oh yeah.
Truly did not think about them for a second. Oh, I also this is also really funny because I walked him through this and he's like, oh, you're right. Because he was talking about, like, he's like, yeah, you know, I'm from India and Amazon is so good because they allowed us to get all these products and they can get all these products to all these rural communities and all these things. And I told him, I'm like, look, I walked him through it this way. I was like, yeah, but you also have to think that, like, you're lucky that Amazon has chosen you guys to be profitable enough that they would send you these products. And also you come from a situation where you can afford that service. Right. There are people who are peeing in bottles and are in those warehouses who can't even afford the actual Amazon service that they're working for. And he was like, oh yeah, I forgot that there's workers like behind everything. And I'm like, I would be mad at you, but I can't because like that's what everything has been done. Like we've obfuscated like those people down to the point where like, no, it's the car that comes and drops it off.
That's true.
Like, but somebody packs that shit. Someone has to do it. Like you just forget about it.
Yeah.
And like again, I'm not mad at him because like he isn't engaging in it. Like
he's not coming in maliciously.
Yeah, he genuinely just didn't think about it. Yeah, and I'm like, it's crazy to think about it, but that's fine. If it's like a genuine ignorance, I'm not going to be a dick about it. Exactly. Yeah. But yeah. All right. I think on that note,
peace out.
Peace out. See you next week.
See ya.